Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm with Adamo today to pretty much give you guys a recap on the international break. Of course, Milan didn't play last week due to it, and this week it's Derby week. Therefore, let's talk a bit about the players and first of all, who participated in this international break and how they performed in their teams and games. So first of all, let's start off with Colombia and Japan. Colombia, Armero and Zapata were both called up. Armero actually played 90 minutes in both games. They won both games, 2-1 against the USA, 1-0 against Slovenia. Zapata only played against Slovenia, however. Adamo, Armero didn't really get much playing time so far in Milan, but it seems like he's actually getting called up each and every time against for the Colombian team. What do you make of this? Should he actually be given a chance to prove his worth in Milan right before the winter transfer season starts, or it's just not in Inzaghi's plan altogether?
Well, for him starting for Colombia, I don't think that's too much of something to brag about because we all know their defense isn't that up to the task, and they do like to play with pace, and he's a pacey fullback. But I would like to give him a chance in the Serie A, like one league match at least before Inzaghi makes his final decision about whether he wants to offload him, send him back, or whatever he wants to do with him, and possibly replace him. But yeah, I think he deserves a chance, but I don't think he'll really step up to the plate because I just think he's too much of a defensive liability.
Very well said. Now, moving on towards Japan, where Honda, as usual, got called up. He played 90 minutes in both games there against Honduras, where they won 6-0. He actually scored one goal and added 2 assists in that one. And also in a 2-1 win against Australia, where he provided 1 assist. Once again, Honda being the key member of that team, the Japanese team, always providing in-depth playing and obviously contributing to his team's goals and assists. Now let's move on to Italy because this is where the main talk of this international break recap is, as 4 members of the AC Milan squad were called up by Conte, and they are De Sciglio, El Shaarawy, Bonaventura, and Poli. Let's start off with the Italy-Croatia match, Adamo, where De Sciglio played a full match there. El Shaarawy came on for 38 minutes, and Bonaventura didn't play at all. A 1-1 tie, lots of events in that match. Italy actually started good. They're taking the lead. However, Croatia quickly equalized to level everything. And of course, the main talk of discussion here is, of course, the Croatian fans, where they created a real mess, and afterwards they got arrested and stuff. Adamo, what did you make of Italy's performance in that match, and especially the Milan players? What did you make out of El Shaarawy and, of course, De Sciglio in that match?
Well, I think Italy didn't do too bad considering Croatia. They are a very, very tough opposition, which much people don't realize. Their midfield is possibly one of the best because of all the midfielders they actually have, Modric, Rakitic, plenty of players there who have playmaking abilities. So, but it's not a performance to be proud about. They really didn't go up to the task until after the Croatians started throwing flares and such onto the pitch. That's when Italy more took the lead again, and they were really preparing for the match. But then the match ended. There was no time left, and it came to a 1-1 draw. So I think it could have been much, much better. But Conte needs time. I don't think he can be talking about what he's doing wrong and such because he needs time to adapt. Lippi didn't do everything in 1 year. That's not how it worked. It takes time. But on El Shaarawy, let's say, right when he came on with Pelé, he was amazing, if you ask me. Completely changed the game, gave us a new dynamic, very pacey, troubled them on the offensive side, and even defensively came back. And he also said that he was told to actually mark certain Croatian players. So he really got the job done, did his task, and I think he did well. De Sciglio, on the other hand, I think he did pretty okay. Nothing too special, but not something to really criticize.
Yeah, as you said, perfectly for El Shaarawy. When he came on, definitely it seemed like Italy kind of shifted the momentum towards them. Of course, El Shaarawy actually having some chances himself, unlucky not to hit the target on some occasions. But a main thing that you said there, Adamo, was when afterwards of the whole their the whole mess with the Croatian fans when they started throwing the flares. Croatia was playing to such a good game. They're actually creating lots of chances. They could have even won the game way before that happened. And afterwards, it seemed like Italy really settled down and they started taking the game in their own hands. Had their own chances in the last minutes. Didn't go according to plan though. But I'm just saying how the whole thing, how it happened, the fans really made no complete sense to act in that such way,
Yeah.
especially knowing and affecting Croatia's chances there of actually they could have went for the win. Instead, they had to come out with a tie. Now let's talk about friendly match because Italy also played a friendly match yesterday against Albania. Bonaventura and Poli played in that match. Actually, they both got called up. Poli didn't play. But what I mean by this is that Bonaventura got his chance there a bit to show for. Now Adamo, Italy, Albania, of course, there were actually more Albanian fans than Italy fans at an Italian stadium there at the Luigi Ferraris in Genoa, of course, to raise funds for the big disaster there that happened. But really, it wasn't a very good game altogether. And what I mean by this, it was a bit boring. Of course, friendly matches are never fun to watch, especially when Italy plays when they don't play to their full potential. And to tell you the truth, it was more of an experimental side, the one that we saw yesterday. Matri was even playing Okaka, which to many people, they don't even know why he's there. But he didn't get himself a goal on his debut there. So pretty well done there by him. Adamo, what did you make of Italy's performance yesterday? As I said, kind of boring, but what were your views on it?
Well, like you said, it was a pretty boring matchup, 1-0 win, I believe. So nothing too special. They did get the win, which is what is most important, but it is a friendly match. So again, like you said, they're just testing things out, see how see how certain players play. Like again, Matli, getting called up, and in that match, you wouldn't expect, even though he is having a pretty decent season, for him to actually start for the Azzurri. But again, it's just testing out certain things and how people play. For Okaka, it was something very positive as he did get the goal, and maybe it's a sign for Conte to give him a little bit more chances than he's been getting. So yeah, I think again, like you said, not the most entertaining of matches, but it was against Albania and a friendly match, so I don't think you can really expect much from Italy to do in a friendly match, like always.
Well said, well said. And on that note, guys, we will leave you off telling you guys that this weekend, as I mentioned at the start, is the Derby della Madonnina, Milan versus Inter. Huge match. Expect a lot of content on the channel this weekend. Of course, on Friday there will be the match preview, followed by the match review on Sunday, fan reaction, special guests. We've got it all on Rossoneri TV. So don't forget to subscribe for all that and more. This has been Gio and Adamo signing off. And as usual, Forza Milan!